You are the third audience in the world to see it. It was obviously shown in Sundance. It had one screening in New York very recently, but this is the rest of the world premiere. You are the first audience. Momentum released the film on July the 22nd, and it only gives me the greatest pleasure to introduce you to the director of the moment, Jason Eisener.
Thank you. First of all, I gotta give a big shout out to Alan, Paul, Craig, and Ian. Without these guys, none of us would be here tonight. So please give these guys a round of applause.
We're just going to have a very brief talk about the film before it starts. You probably know all this anyway, but I'm going to get Jason to actually mention it. It was a competition that you entered to do a Grindhouse trailer. Take it away.
Well, yeah, 3 years ago, Robert Rodriguez at South by Southwest teamed up to put on a contest for the release of Grindhouse. And probably most of you know, between Grindhouse, they had Eli Roth and Rob Zombie and Edgar Wright make their own fake trailers for exploitation films. And they put out a contest for filmmakers all around the world to make their own fake exploitation trailer. And once I heard about that contest, me and my friends just had to jump on it. And we were very lucky. We ended up winning that contest, and it helped just start the process of turning it into a feature film.
And just mention Rutger Hauer, because I know that he's a particular favourite of yours.
Growing up with the writer John Davies of Hobo, I've known him since I was 5 years old. We've been best friends. We started our love for cinema at the same time, and Rutger Hauer was the first actor that really caught our attention. We sought down every single film he made. And so when they asked us to write our dream list as to who we thought could play the hobo, it was just natural that I put Rutger Hauer on the top of the list, just thinking, there's no fucking way we're going to get this guy. But I still can't believe it, but we got him for the film.
Tell me about how the title came about in a very unusual way, so tell me that.
Yes, back home there's a pizza shop that we hang out at called Ronnie's Pizza. It's where we go to pitch ideas back and forth. And one day I'm sitting there with John and we're pitching ideas. And my buddy Mojo at the time had really long hair, and he just bought this airsoft shotgun that shoots pellets. And he said, hey guys, you guys should just make a movie about me. And John just looks at him and says, what, a hobo with a shotgun? And it was like a light bulb went off, and we were just like, whoa. That sounds so cool. What the hell could that movie be about? And then we just instantly started pitching ideas for it.
Of course, many of you will remember, Jason's film Treevenge and Halloween, which is still one of the best things ever.
Oh,
I mean, that came after like a calling card, so people could actually understand that you could actually do the movie.
Yeah, absolutely, because making a fake trailer, it doesn't really show what your narrative filmmaking skills are. And so while developing the script for Hobo, we took some time and made that short film, and we were so lucky to have it be so successful, and really helped us to get the financing in place for Hobo.
And you shot it in Nova Scotia, your hometown.
Yeah.
Why? As I said, it's funny doing this because I don't want to talk about the film before you've actually seen it. It gives it a very unusual atmosphere.
Well, yeah. When we were developing the film, there was some push to shoot it in Toronto, which is a big city back home in Canada, and I just didn't feel it was right. I felt for my first feature film, I gotta try to be as comfortable as I can, work with my friends and the crew I know back home, just because I knew that they were going to give me their heart and soul, and they did. And you'll see it in the film. The only way this film was possible was because of the crew we had back home. They just gave every ounce of their energy to it.
I think we're going to leave that now, and we're going to actually, so say your last final words before they see the film.
Okay. Well, I was so shocked to see, on the internet, I saw that the screening had sold out weeks ago, and I just couldn't believe it. And I'd never been to Glasgow before, and so I had no idea what the audience here would be like. But I've been here for the past couple days, sitting in the audience with you guys, and I could just feel the energy in the room. It's quite special. And when I was in New York, I told the audience there, I said, listen, we made this film with no rules, So I expect my audience to watch the movie with no rules. And I said, you know, do whatever you want. Like, start gangs, light fires. And I've heard so many stories about you guys, and I think if I told you to do that, it would probably actually happen. So maybe what we could do instead is maybe, I think this is the kind of film where you could just do whatever you want. So I'm thinking maybe we could just take our pants off. And